Hi, my name's Mandy Walker and I'm a cinematographer. My mum used to take me to galleries when I was in a stroller when I was 2 years old and throughout my childhood, and my family always went to the cinema, and I loved reading and storytelling. And so when I was about 13, 14, I got into stills photography. I had a dark room in the backyard, and I kind of thought, well, if I put all these things together, storytelling, art, photography and cinema, why don't I become a cinematographer? And I started making little short films at school on Super 8. I did try and get into film school and they didn't take me in the film school in Sydney. So I ended up getting a job on a movie as a production runner. And then while I was there, I was talking to the camera crew and other people and told them, this is what I really want to do. I really want to get into the camera department. And then somebody referred me to someone who was doing a documentary, and I got a job on that as a camera assistant. And then I was a loader on feature films, focus puller, camera operator and cinematographer. My first big break, I'd been working with Ray Argall, who was a cinematographer, and he got a film up as a director, and he said, Mandy, do you want to shoot it? And I was 25 years old. I'd just been doing some short films and music videos, and I went, yeah, all right. He said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I want you to work out how to do this job and have your own opinions and work out the look of the movie. So he kind of threw me in the deep end, and I then kept going after that. I always believed in myself to keep going and be up against obstacles, in that I was the only woman shooting movies at that time, and there was hardly any females in the camera department in those days, which is 80s and 90s. All directors have the story in their head, and then I just have to kind of work out how to get that out and to turn that into images. When I was working with Ted Melfi on Hidden Figures, we had so much to do that I said to him, just give me a slug line for every scene. Sometimes it was one word, like happiness or defeat. Then I kind of approach it emotionally to what's going on with the character. And then there's a lot of different ways of representing an emotion on screen, for instance, with lensing, with focus, with light, with camera moves. So if I know what we're trying to say, I can work out a different way of saying that works for that particular scene. The way that I decide to do a film is if I like the script and the director and I are going to have a good working relationship, because all directors are different. Some are very visual and some are not. Some will say, well, I've got this idea about how it wants to look. You go off and research how we get this onto the screen. Some say, I've got no idea how I want you to shoot it. Help me here. I have to do tests where I can show the director my ideas and whether they like it or they want to push it further or pull it back or try something different. I always go to Dan Sasaki at Panavision in Woodland Hills very early on. On Mulan, I was showing him some Chinese art and paintings and looking at some Chinese films from the past that had martial arts or battle sequences. I'd say, I really like that about that, and I love this painting of this mountain, and I know you can't make a lens that's going to look exactly like that, but that's the feeling that I want to get. And he sort of sits and I see all the cogs in his brain going around, and inevitably he finds something. So that's a special relationship for me, a very important special relationship. I always like having a challenge on a movie. When I'm reading a script or talking to a director and it's something I haven't done before, that really interests me.